NERDVENGERS! What's up? Welcome. Tuesday morning. Morbius trailer. Who could have guessed it? We're breaking it down. Man, does Sony have a plan? Just let me know in chat right now. I just want to know right now. Yes or no? Yes or no? Do you think Sony has a plan or not? Let me know. Honestly, I'm like 50-50 on it. If I'm being 100% honest. I think the plan might be to confuse us into being insanely hyped. It's like, well, I can't figure out what's going on. Maybe is it connected to this? Is it connected to that? Is it connected to this? And then they're just like, little do they know it's not connected to anything. But hey, they got me. So I can't really say much about it because they totally got me. They have me engrossed. They have like 12% of a plan, says Trev. Nice. All right, guys, I'm pulling up to the tower. Let's break it down. Let's get into the details. Let's get it going. Let's do it. Here we go. Freaking live stream. Woo! I don't think I'm gonna stop dancing until we get enough likes on the video. Until we get 150 likes, you will not get your breakdown. You'll just get this. I had to break my rule. I didn't want it to spill. Okay, that's good. That's good for the likes. What is up, everybody? Welcome to the stream. It's going to be a good one, man. This Morbius trailer is sweet. Did it leak out yesterday? Of course it did. Let's be real, 100%. In fact, let's start there with a poll. And let's see here. Elliot Cox, welcome back to being a NERDVENGER. Appreciate you and the support. So here's the first thing I want to ask the chat today. I'm going to put it up in a poll. Did Sony leak this trailer yesterday? Do you think Sony's responsible? I know, Oscorp. We're going to get into all of it, man. We're going to break down the whole dang thing. But here, before we get into it, and let me get it set up so that we're ready to go here. I can't help but think, man, like, there's some stuff that's going on that's being leaked that is definitely not Sony, okay? But if you think about the strategy they used with the post-credit scene of Venom, right? If you think about, I mean, that to me really felt like they kind of wanted like a winky, like, hey, don't share this out, Tom Holland says, but also everybody hyped up about it. You know, planning those fan screenings. Even yesterday in the trailer that they released, the sort of trailer for the trailer. And here, we're going to turn this music off so we can get ready and break this down. We'll watch it straight through together. And then we'll also just kind of break it down. It really seemed like they were putting crazy stuff into the trailer like right away to sort of get us excited, get us talking. I think that's a big thing here for them, is like getting us talking, getting us wondering like what is exactly going on, because it appears to connect to everything and maybe nothing. So let's go through it. Here we go. And again, I'm hyped up on Morbius, dude. This movie looks legit. So we're gonna have to pause it a bunch just because it definitely has the Doors music going on, and like, can't be having that, man. Like they're gonna sue the shit out of us.
I am a doctor.
I do love the doors though, and I love this take on it, pulling it down.
Amir, to find a cure, we have to push the boundaries, take the risks. If you're gonna run, do it now.
Pretty wild. We've seen this before though, you know? And then I gotta stop it like right there because it's just, oh God, I'm gonna keep an eye on it too because they might try to pull the plug on us. They might try to pull the plug.
Dr. Michael Morbius, you've been missing for 2 months.
Been missing for 2 months, okay.
You were found on a container ship that washed up off of Long Island.
Dang.
When you're alone.
Dang. Yo.
What did you do to yourself, Doctor?
I wish I knew.
Dang. That's pretty cool. It's a fun little setup.
From dying to being more alive than ever.
It worked.
Not exactly. I have increased strength and speed, and some form of bat radar. What else can I do?
This is that like Morbius vision. Like he's basically going to be going into like a Sonic mode where things are like sort of predicted for him. I'm trying to watch the copyright stuff too.
There's something inside of me.
That looks dope.
It wants to hunt
Bam.
and consume blood.
Michael.
I think it just looks awesome, dude.
Can you control it?
Can you control it?
I don't know.
Half the city wants to kill.
Some Easter eggs in there. We're going to talk about all the Easter eggs.
We haven't had anything this good since that thing in San Francisco.
The thing in San Francisco, obviously a Venom reference.
The other half wants to control you.
So they still have the murderer scene in here. A lot of people are like, this is Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man look here. You know, possible, but doesn't it kind of seem like it's playing off of oh my God. And then this, like, this is wild, right? Like so first of all, he's still in it.
That dude had
And then he can just disappear and fly like that. That is sick, dude.
what I'm capable of.
Bruh.
You save lives, you don't take them.
Bruh.
Here to heal the world or to destroy it?
Damn, son. I mean, come on. That looks great. Here we go. A little stinger here.
Who the hell are you, Matt?
I am Venom. I'm just kidding. It's Dr. Michael Morbius at your service.
So a couple of things about this, man. And look, first of all, I want to know in chat, just let me know, guys, how do you guys feel about this trailer? Like, what's your score this trailer, I guess, out of 10? You know what I mean? Like, give me a score for this out of 10. There's a number of different things that are really interesting about this. One thing is they have, like, the closed captioning of the trailer. It's all over it. You know what I mean? Looks like a lot of high scores, man. A lot of high scores. A lot of people pretty on the high end. I will tell you, to me, and I was already pretty hyped up on the movie and, you know, before the pandy. Remember, how many of you guys were here for watching this trailer before the pandy broke out? Remember when we thought like this movie was like coming out like relatively soon and stuff? And like, I just remember because Morbius, like, for whatever reason, our trailer reaction to the OG Morbius like did really well. And like, I was just hyped up on it. And a lot of peeps were like, nah, fam, like I'm not about it or whatever. Yeah. So I'm seeing a lot of people that were here. That's awesome to see, by the way. But yeah, crazy that it looks even better. I suppose with a lot of the time that they've had, they have a lot of time to polish it. Because frankly, man, like these effects look brilliant, bro. Like his transformational stuff looks really fun. This with the claws and like the horror element like helps hide a lot of that kind of stuff. Like if you're, you know, quick cuts and, you know, from the shadows sort of stuff. But there's some shots like, I mean, that looks dope, bro. That we've seen before. But like some of this other stuff, it's just, It looks really, really good. Like, I love when he goes into his, like, Morbius vision where he's hearing everything through sonar so he can act all swiftly. You know what I mean? You and I should stay in touch. And we're going to talk all about the MCU stuff as well. But, like, to me, this, dude, looks sick.
Save a life.
That looks amazing.
Capable of.
The fighting here, bro, like, come on, man. That looks awesome, dude. Like, okay, so they're coming in. He's dodging bullets. Looks dope while doing it. Then the camera's, like, ripping around. It's, like, almost Nightcrawler-esque. You know what I mean? Like, the way he's able to, like, whip around like this.
I don't know what I'm capable of.
You save lives, you don't take them. Are you here to heal the world?
Like, this shot, dude, like, okay, so it looks really, really clean. So, overall, I'm very excited for it. Do you see another vampire here at the end, too? This is what I'm kind of curious about. Dude, that looks dope. Like, yeah, so looks really, really clean. I'm excited for it. Leto's performance seems really awesome as well. Like, he's Leto, but he's got, like, a very interesting sort of take on Morbius. It's almost like right up to his Joker, like a way toned down version of his Joker. He's like a little comedic, you know, with the whole Venom thing and like Dr. Michael Morbius at your service. You know what I mean? Like a little strange like that. I think a lot of his demeanor, especially at the beginning of the film, is going to be because he's so sick, right? So a little bit like jaded and sick. We think the story here is that he's tried almost everything in the world other than entering this weird tomb and possibly getting this, like, I think it's going to be magical kind of thing here. So that's sort of the inciting incident that'll take us, you know, into the rest of it. But let's get into some of the stuff that's like, what the hell is going on with Sony's plan, okay? I guess another question to ask, guys, is do you believe that this film, and let's poll it up. Do you think Sony / Marvel changed this movie in, let's say, 2020? Because I'm getting this feeling, right? And it's just a feeling. Don't know for sure. But I'm getting this feeling that this movie may have changed quite a bit. Maybe not like the major beats of the film, but little things like the connective tissue, etc., may have changed a lot because of what's going on with Feige and Sony now. Okay? I find it really interesting that Feige he has 2 more Sony movies that he's producing. It's like not a lot of people are talking about this. I think it's come out that he'll produce another Sony movie in 2023 and another movie in 2024. And there was a lot of talk about this trailer for, you know, not just because it was dope, but also because the belief was that this trailer had to come out before the Spider-Man No Way Home trailer. That Sony wanted to establish Morbius and teasing him out with Venom and with Michael Keaton Vulture before you see the No Way Home trailer. Now, I don't think Morbius is going to be in No Way Home, but you have to wonder, like, what the heck is going on exactly? Like, you've got the Oscorp Tower, right? And it looks like it's from the Amazing Spider-Man, Andrew Garfield stuff. It's got that same logo. I'm not even sure where that one is. The paper one is pretty crazy as well. But, like, so you've got Oscorp Tower, which seems like it ties into Andrew Garfield stuff. You've got the Daily Bugle logo, which appears like the Sam Raimi one. And it apparently, yeah. So where's Oscorp on this one? Is it in this one? Is that it right there? I've seen the like close-up shot of it, but that might have been from the other trailer actually. Regardless, I know that it's in here at some point. You've got that, right? You've got that traitor moment. And, like, this is so weird, too. So here he is in the... We think this is him escaping from the prison, right? Because he's got his prison gear on as well. Yeah, like, that's clearly after prison, and he's flying... There it is. There's the Oscorp right there. So that's the Oscorp building, and it looks like the one from Andrew Garfield's stuff, right? Wild. And then we'll see the paper. And the paper references Rhino and Black Cat. And I talked about this a little bit in a video yesterday. This is wild for a number of different reasons. First of all, Rhino, we only really saw in Andrew Garfield stuff. So some people are like, oh, this is all in Andrew Garfield's universe. Which would be kind of fun, right? Which would be kind of fun and would make a lot of sense. But we're not so sure because of the Vulture stuff. Right? So here we go. You've got Rhino on the loose. Zoo hoax fools us all. And then Black Cat, friend or foe, up there on the Daily Bugle. Right? So, Black Cat hasn't been introduced yet. We had that silver and black film teased. People thought that was going to be happening. It's been like in and out of production. You've got Rhino, again, from Andrew Garfield stuff. It's like, I guess the question is like, is this going to be tied together, or is this all just fun, like, Easter egg stuff, right? And then you got this guy, Tyrese, who again said all of this stuff is in the MCU. Right? But I guess, like, my question is, how can he be referencing the events of San Francisco, which clearly feels like Venom, have the Michael Keaton prison scene break out, right? Have the murderer, because why would Tobey's Spider-Man be considered a murderer? Like, that feels too close to what's going on with Tom Holland and the Mysterio thing, right? Like, why does it say murderer? You know? And here he is escaping from prison with the murderer thing. I don't know. Some people were saying, and I'd like to know what you guys think about this in the chat. Some people were saying the deal is this. There's got to be something that maybe happens in the film that will take us into the MCU, right? Right? So there could be, and to me, this would be nuts, dude. If in the middle of this movie, he is shifted into the MCU and then arrested like that. You know what I mean? Because I'm just trying to make sense of it. Like, how could he be in a world where the Michael Keaton Vulture's there in the prison breakout sequence, right? Because that's what we think is going on there. It's a prison breakout. Because the last we see him, he's in prison. Is he in the MCU at this point, but not in the MCU before? But wouldn't that be like the weirdest thing to do in a movie? Like in the middle of your Morbius movie, to then just have like a universe shifting thing into the MCU? Maybe this is a sign that all the universes are crashing into each other. Yeah, for sure. But I think the setup in No Way Home is to sort of be like, it's all coming in to the MCU, right? Or are they all just shifting into each other? It's not the same Vulture. It could be a Vulture from a different universe. He's in the white prison uniform that we see him in when he's in the other movie, right? And why is he being taken in? And we can't quite tell what he's wearing. Does he go to prison twice? Is the white one outfit and then he escapes in orange later? You know what I mean? I don't know. Is the Michael Keaton thing a post-credit thing? You know what I mean? It's certainly interesting. Like, that's kind of what I'm saying is like, look, will they nail the execution. Yet to be determined, right? But they're kind of nailing, like, building up the hype, man. And, like, in a world, ladies and gentlemen, where, you know, a lot of big movies are struggling, right? And a lot of movies are bombing. Ooh, VV dropping 6 minutes. Thank you. Thank you, Darth. Thank you, Darth. By the way, we're going to be adding some stuff to the Nerd Coin store later today during the show. And before we do that, I'm going to go down into the vault and show you what we have going on. So we'll check that out in a minute. Dude, I love the Ultimates too, man. I'm really hoping I get one. Oh, I'm going to be bummed. Oh, I'm going to be bummed if I don't get one of these Ultimates. Dude, the Ultimates was so cool. Y'all ever read the Ultimates? Whew. It's crazy. But what I'm saying is, like, in a world where a lot of these studios are struggling, movies are just struggling in general, you kind of have to give credit to Sony, because what they did with Venom, Let There Be Carnage, and even though it's probably going to even out somewhere between 400 and 500 million, I would say. I don't really know if it'll push above 5. We could check that out later. But it's the either second biggest or biggest movie domestically, right? It's the like, that movie's crushing as far as American box office. You kind of can't deny that, like, dude, they have something going on, and it is probably just a testament to how they handled the thing with Feige and, like, figuring that out, where they're riding a pretty big hype wave, man. You know, a lot of people went and saw Venom. Like, a lot of people saw that movie. A lot of people will likely go out and see Morbius. So, especially because we don't know the full idea of, like, what is the new box office? You know what I mean? Like, what is possible for theatrical releases now? I think Sony's making some good moves. You know what I mean? So regardless of whether or not it, like, fully ties together, they are making some big moves, man. And I think if Feige really is helping out to the degree to which we think he is, then, like, he might have helped figure this out. You know what I mean? Like, he may well have figured out a way to make this all make sense. And you know what else I saw? Like, what if this is just past, like, this could take place in the timeline, and this is kind of interesting. This could take place in the timeline, like, after No Way Home, like, well after No Way Home. Like, what if the beginning of this film establishes a world in which they're all collided? And that's sort of like an afterthought where they're like, oh, yeah, we're all up in here. Like, you know, everybody's in this world and that's, you know, what's going on. But then would the dude really say, like, this is the craziest thing since San Francisco? You know what I mean? Like, it just feels like, until further notice, I'm kind of skeptical on how it could all tie together, but I'm very excited for the possibility of these characters all chilling together. You know what I mean? Why is my I'm trying. You think it comes out? Well, it does come out after No Way Home for sure. But do you think that's what that's the whole deal? Trev, is that what you think's going on? Holy mother lovin'. Dude, Dodds, holy cow, dude. Raking in the coinage. Got some serious coinage there. It's Cam Smith? Oh, my God. So we're 2 minutes, right? 2 minutes on the VV drop? Yeah. You think it's before No Way Home? The real weird part to me is the Michael Keaton vulture and, like, the murderer scene. Like, to be honest with you, it kind of feels like what they were trying to do is just that old way where Sony, like, before the whole deal was worked out, where they were like, hey, man, we're going to just act like we exist in the same universe. You know what I mean? Like, we're going to take Michael Keaton back, and we're just going to act like we're all in the same universe. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's kind of what it feels like. But we have to sort of believe that they've had more discussions. They've sort of worked it out. You know, yesterday he was like, there's a web of possibilities, you know? It's wild. It's a pretty crazy. Is all of this headed for Tom Holland? Do you think the whole idea is that Tom Holland now is going to... Because here's the other part of this, right? What if it all shifts and shakes out in a way where... Because we see Venom come into a universe where Tom Holland is at. And we're assuming that's all the MCU. But what if it's way crazier than that? What if it's a whole new like reality that sort of just merges everything together? How does the Venom 2 post-credit scene line up with this movie? You know what I mean? That's what I'm interested in. That's what I'm confused about. Okay, we got 20 seconds here. Yeah. I see that membership. I'm going to check that out in just a moment here. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bloop. Attempting to secure an order reservation. Come on, man. Come on. Get me in there. Get me in there, Vivi. Your app won't even open? That seems not good, bro. It's saying confirm purchase. I think I got one. I think I got one, baby. I think I got one. Let's go. I did get one. That's pretty dope. I'm hyped up about that. What's up with the music? I'm gonna reset this today. We're having a little bit of technicals today. The music is keeps like skipping out on me. What the hell? What in tarnation is going on? You know what, guys? We need to let's take a little break. Let's take a little break from breaking the trailer down. Everybody needs to get up and stretch it out before we come back to the Morbius stuff and have more conversation about this. So come with me. We're going down to the Nerd Coin Vault. Come with me, guys. Come with me. Here we go. I'll meet you down there. Woo! Oh, man. It's a little musty down here, but that's okay. That's okay. A lot of Nerdcoin went out yesterday and it's now missing. Here, give me 1 second here. That's better. That's better. A lot of Nerdcoin seems to be missing from the vault. Seems like we gave a lot of it away yesterday, but that's okay. Big Stevie over there. Mr. Anderson. Right there. Gold-plated, of course. Guys, we have a couple exciting things that I want to release on the Nerdcoin store for purchase. When I get back into the control room or the research wing, I'll put them officially out on the store. Go to denofnerdslive.com to have access to the store and be able to see everything. This one's really fun, man. In Infinity Saga, Marvel Legends, Iron Man Mark III. This is like a new series that Marvel Legends is doing. It is pretty freaking clean. The side box art too is really awesome. So we're gonna have that available in the Nerdcoin store in just a little bit. And then we've got another Ahsoka pop in honor of all the dope Star Wars news that's going on. Yeah, another Ahsoka pop is going up in the Nerdcoin store. And then another Bosk, because I'm pretty sure he's in the Boba trailer. Nobody believed me. How come you believe him but not me? Looks like him to me. Looks like the guy from the trailer to me. So we're gonna put those up on the Nerdcoin store as well. We've also got a lot of fun stuff that we're gonna be adding throughout the week. We'll be streaming tomorrow at 6. I wanna drop some fun stuff there for the people that are coming by for the gaming stuff. And we'll talk more about that throughout the week. But yeah, dude, come on down to the vault, stretch it out, you know, touch your toes. You know, oh, is anybody commenting on how cool my Venom shirt is? Because it's real cool. I can't see the chat right now, but I assume you're all saying that it's really cool. All right. Meet me back in the research wing. I'll see you soon. Cool. Yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and actually throw those up on the Nerdcoin store. Let me do this real quick alike. If you got a little coin, free shipping in the United States. If you want to grab one of these and you're not in the United States, you'll probably have to cover shipping, which sucks, I know, and I wish it were not so. But yeah, we can only afford to really do free shipping in the United States because it's way too crazy out there. Shipping is bananas, dude. Absolutely bananas. Okay, so if you go check out the store, guys, we have another Ahsoka Funko Pop available for 25,000 Nerdcoin. We've got a Funko Pop Big Boss figure for 30,000, and then we have the Marvel Legends Iron Man figure for 35,000, all on the Nerdcoin store right meow. So go check that stuff out and yeah, spend some of that coin and spend it wisely. Although I will say we have some other really cool stuff coming out on the store soon. I'm going to be giving away copies of my comic book. Well, I guess putting them up for Nerdcoin. And those are kind of rare. You can't find a lot of those anymore. So those will be kind of exciting. And then we finally pulled out and started looking at the Marvel cards. So we've got a bunch of the old Marvel cards from the 90s. We're going to put them together in some packages and put them up there for you. So, yeah. Going to be cool. Okay. So let's talk a little bit more Morbius, man. I want to know what you guys all think about this. So let's, I tell you what we'll do then is I'll go into some of the super chats, but also just hang out in the chat and see what you guys say. I want to hang on this for like 5 to 10 more minutes just because I think it's crazy and I want to know what you guys are thinking. And then we will talk about some Star Wars stuff. I want to talk about a couple Star Wars things. And then we will be, talking about just regular Q&A, okay? So, Chthonic Echo, member for 2 months, says, I think Morbius is the first step into introducing the Sony-verse into the MCU because I really feel like Feige has more planned with Sony. Yeah, man. I agree with you. I think that's the way. I'm just confused as to like how exactly it's all going down. You know what I mean? This movie's been in the can for a long time. You know what I mean? It's been in the can for a long time. So it's kind of interesting. Like, what's like, I guess I didn't really hear about reshoots. You know what I mean? Like, it's possible they happened. It's possible that was a thing. I just really didn't hear about it. You know what I mean? So I'm intrigued. The movie in itself just looks dope. Morbius looks sick. I like that character quite a bit. So I'm hyped, man. And y'all know me. Like, I loved Venom, and I had a great time with Venom Let There Be Carnage. Like, I like what Sony's doing. It's very 90s, comic book movie. It's not as tight and as consistent as what you get in the MCU. And, man, like, I'm into that for sure. I love my MCU stuff. But let's be honest. If you look at the last 5 MCU projects, or I guess 4 MCU projects. Now 5. You really look at the 5 that they've released since Endgame, right? And like even that, I would argue, isn't the most consistent Marvel that we've got from Marvel Studios. I think Loki is the best thing. Shang-Chi would probably be second, and then maybe WandaVision because I have a better appreciation for it now, and then you've got Black Widow and you've got Falcon and Winter Soldier, which to me were both pretty, meh. So, yeah, I don't know. Like, you can have fun and have good Marvel stuff in a Sony movie. Like, that can totally be a thing. You know what I mean? So, that's kind of where I'm at with it. All right, let's see what some other people said. Michael Smith says with a $5 holla, we need a plan of attack. Sony, we have a plan. Attack! You might be right. You might be right, man. Givon, with a very generous $10 holla, says, haven't come down from the boba hype. but this looks great. Probably more hype for this than Eternals, honestly. Much love, brother. These streams help me get through work. I'll be a Prime member soon. Well, thank you so much, man. I appreciate the support, and I'm glad that we provide some value and get you through your work day. You guys always help me, so it's an awesome thing we have going on for sure. As far as your thing about the Boba hype, I'm pretty hyped on Boba as well. I'm like trying to figure out how I'm even doing all the rest of the videos because there's just so much going on. I want to do a Boba video with like my theories. I'll probably drop that video tomorrow. So like we have this Moon Knight video we're working on. I want to do a She-Hulk video because the leaks around She-Hulk just have me really excited, and I want to talk about that. There's the Boba stuff. There's like Sony versus Marvel when it comes to Spider-Man No Way Home. So there's just a lot going on. I think we'll have a steady stream of content coming out for you guys for the next several weeks as we get into Disney Plus Day and some other stuff next week, right? So, yeah, it's going to be pretty hyped. And then we've got Eternals. You know, the world hangs in the balance as Eternals teeters back and forth on its score. So, yeah, the Boba stuff looks dope, though. I think I'll do a video on that tomorrow. And, I mean, hey, man, you said it. You're more excited for this, potentially, than even Eternals. Look, I'm excited for Eternals, but part of that excitement comes from me just wanting to be like, bruh, is it bad? Like, is it bad? You know what I mean? Like, is it bad? I don't know. But I want to find out, and I want to make up my own mind, of course. But I definitely, like, there's a part of the intrigue where the conversation is sort of shifted. You know what I mean? The conversation is sort of shifted. Matt Campbell says with a $10 holla, very generous, says, I am super hyped for Morbius. I think Jared Leto will kill it as Morbius. Can't wait for tickets to go on sale. Yeah, when is it? Does it still release in January? January 28th. Bro, that's a nice way to finish off January. That's going to be super fun, man. That movie could do really well, too. I hope it does well. I hope it makes some serious coinage because I, too, am a fan of Jared Leto, man. I like that. I like that whole squad, man. Michael Keaton, for sure. Like, that's dope. Dude, I like Tyrese, too. Playing Simon Stroud, you know, it's interesting. So, yeah, thanks for the love, man. Drew's Reviews with a $7 holla says, the MCU might swap out Holland for Garfield. Perhaps when Holland goes to Sony, there will be a secret where Garfield meets MCU... Oh, a scene where Garfield meets MCU Gwen. So that's pretty interesting. I think it's possible we get more with the Spider-Men, all of them in a Spider-Verse type thing, which Venom 3 may explore. But it's still really curious, like, even after you do all that, after you go crazy, where do these characters end up? Like, what's the canon? You know what I mean? But to be fair, like, part of the fun is seeing how all of that's going to play out. They have really turned a calamity into an opportunity. You know what I mean? Like, the situation in 2019, when it all fell apart, and then everybody was really confused, and Sony was like, no, we're going forward, and Marvel's like, oh, hell no. And then Tom Holland's phoning up Bob Iger all wasted and being like, Bob, please, Uncle Bob, help me, you know? From that moment to where we're at now, they have really, like, taken that thing and the mystery surrounding it and created something, like, hyped up and exciting about it. So it is really cool to see that they're able to do that. I have no earthly idea. Could Garfield replace Holland? Maybe, but why would you replace Holland? You know what I mean? Why not have all of them for a while? You know? I think Holland's probably going to stick around, but I'm not so... I mean, who knows for sure. Max Ross with a $5 holla says, either Morbius is going to hop a damn universe mid-film, or this is specific to this universe, Michael Keaton variant Vulture, possible, or it's another Batman. Yeah, you know what? Now that you mention it, I'm actually pretty sold on the other Batman theory. So now that you mention it, that's kind of where my head is at. I can't help it. But to be sure, that is a part of it. Buffalo Brent! Welcome back to the NERDVENGERS, my guy. Appreciate you, man. Let's see here. Chase Floyd says, 7 months Prime, man. Thank you for the support. Says, yo, Josh, 7 months have flown by. It's been an awesome time being a Nerdvenger. P.S. An official Eternals clip just came out on YouTube. Not much, but it just dropped. Appreciate your hustle, my guy. Hey, thanks so much, man. We do it for you, the people. You know what I mean? Okay, so that's the second person that's talking about this clip. Matthew Glasgow says, did you see the new Eternals clip? I have not. Let's check it out. Let's check it out. The one that came out an hour ago. Bollywood and shit. Is that what we're watching? Is this the one? Guys, let me know. Is this the one? Hey, thanks, Pretty Nikki. Appreciate you. Thank you so much. I got this at Midtown Comics. Midtown Comics in New York City. Yeah, when Elisa and I were there. It was awesome. All right, let's check this clip out. Here we go. I don't know if I can take Congo seriously. Or Kingo, whatever his name is.
Okay, everyone, that was good. What we can do 10% better? That was beautiful. Very, very good. My friends from college are here. Boss! Perfect timing. Welcome to the set of Shandar Dastane Icarus. I'm playing you. You like the costume?
We need to talk.
Tell the director I have some notes
We
for
need
him.
to talk to you in private.
Oh, Karan, he's worked with me for 50 years. I trust him completely. Actually, when we first met, he thought I was a vampire, and he tried to stake me through the heart.
I have apologized so many times.
Not quite enough times. Very close, though. I'll let you know. Oh, I have to get ready for the next scene. Come to my tent. We'll talk there. You guys are going to love the next scene. I come in on a wire because, you know, I can't fly. Wait, are we getting back together?
We need to talk.
The deviants are back. We don't know how many there are. You need to come with us.
Okay. All right. All right. Can't possibly imagine Marvel having problems with this movie. That is. Let's check something. Let's check something. Let's check something out real quick. Oh no! Can't imagine that. Sorry, guys. Cat's got my tongue. Cat's got my tongue. You know how, if you don't have anything nice to say, you're not supposed to say anything at all. So let's talk about this Darth Maul show. Wait, what the heck? Okay, so I talked about this a little bit yesterday. It's interesting to me. Like, there's a good and a bad side to this story, right? So on the one hand, it's pretty sick because we're going to be seeing more Darth Maul. It seems pretty dope before Solo. So a lot of opportunity for, you know, different people to come back with Bettany coming back. I mean, that's pretty wild, bro. So they could get, what's her name? Emilia Clarke. They could get Emilia Clarke to come back. She's already shooting for Secret Invasion. She's already sort of in the Disney family. Probably wouldn't be too much of a stretch for her to go do some like voiceover work for the show. Same thing with Bettany, man. You know what I mean? Like with him and Vision and all these other things that he does. Pretty close in the family with Disney. So yeah, I find this to be fascinating. You know, the only negative aspect of it, and I talked about this a little bit on Nerd Theory yesterday, is this idea that we may not get this in live action, or perhaps these were plans that were originally in live action, but because of Ray Park or whatever, they've just decided to go in the direction of animated. I find that to be pretty interesting. Of course, he had a very controversial thing happen on social media last year, or maybe a year before that. I don't remember exactly, but it was pretty nuts. A lot of people, you know, mixed feelings about it. Your mileage may vary, and I don't know if we know fully what happened, but I do know for sure it wasn't a good look. His agent and PR people were probably pretty upset. So I don't know, man. It's interesting. It just sort of shows again just how crazy Star Wars might be getting with all of this stuff, because I think there's even more animated stuff happening. You know what I mean? Like, I think this is definitely a thing, and it's awesome. But I think there's even more stuff happening. And I think, you know, Star Wars fans are really about to get spoiled. And, you know, just with the Boba trailer yesterday, it's just looking like a lot of wish fulfillment and dopeness. And I think Lucasfilm is really just trying to, you know, as I said for a long time now, they're trying to replicate a lot of what Marvel does and just create a lot of fun within the universe, and do a lot of cool things. So we'll see. I'm curious. Like, you guys let me know in the chat. Like, what do you guys think and make of this show, this possibility? You know what I mean? Like, what do you guys think of that? And let me see if there's anything else going on in the nerdy world. I mean, I definitely want to talk about that Moon Knight stuff. Got a video coming out about that. The She-Hulk stuff's wild. But other than that, guys, let's finish today off with like good 20 more minutes of Q&A. I'll hang out in the chat. I'll see if there's any oh my goodness, dude. There's so much fun stuff that people are pulling out of that Boba Fett trailer. That's why I think I'm going to do a video on that probably tomorrow. Just like my sort of theories, and also just talking about some of the dopest stuff that people are bringing up about it, because I think it's super fun. Yeah, it seems super cool. And other than that, guys, let me see. Let me just make sure there's no crazy news. No, just people kind of hyped up about the Morbius thing. Yeah, some reshoots for Thor: Love and Thunder, but nothing really crazy. So let's see what you guys are saying about stuff, and we'll keep it going. Let me see. Let me pull into this thing here. Let me see. Jack Delisolo says, NERDVENGERS, get those likes up for Master Josh. Thank you, my guy. Appreciate you, man. Jack says, for the $10 holla, wow, my YouTube won't update. Only showed me 20 likes from my earlier super. I hate my life, and now I'm a D-bag, and love the shirt and new Morbius movie. It looks good. Excited to see what the universe is. Wait, what? I'm kind of confused as to what happened there, Jack, or why you're upset. I'm not sure. YouTube can be weird, though, but you're all good. All good on my end. Thanks for liking the shirt, too. And what a time. What a time to be alive. You know what I mean? What a time to be alive. JSlide805 says with a $10 holla, says, Cinema Hype. Love the NERDVENGERS and all your content, Josh. And nice to make a stream. FYI, my badge, new year. Let's see. Do you got your new badge? Got your new badge, JSlide? Let me see. It's not showing, it doesn't show the badge in the super chat, which is kind of a bummer. Look, we'll talk. Hey, Stormy, hey, calm down. Susan, yes, Susan, yes. Can you? Is Stormy? Is he breaking anything? No. He's just a couple of things. He's raging out and doing. Okay, that's cool. All right, it's cool. No, let him go. Let him do it. It's fine. Stormy, watch this. Watch your ass down there, huh? Alfonso, what up, what up, what up? All right, let me get into some of these things. And also, J-Slide, thank you so much for the support, man. Really appreciate you. Oh, I see it. New badge at New Year's. Okay, so you got the... Okay, cool. So you get your amethyst badge then. Dope, my friend. Really cool. Really cool. Appreciate the support, man. I'm Rich the Swag Lord. What a cool name. Says, what's up, Josh and the NERDVENGERS fam? How the heck do I use the Discord properly? So... Oh, Sony and Marvel Dyad, says Dylan Landis. Good call, bro. So the Discord, you've got like your general like lobby kind of place. It's meant to be modeled after the NERDVENGERS Tower. So you come in there, you got like your general chat. There's different threads and stuff. We use a lot of threads. I know some people hate it, and I'm not against going back to the old thing where we have all the other things, you know. But that's sort of the idea. Then you've got the research wing where a lot of like spoilers and discussion, battle planning, you know, well, that's actually in the battle station part of the tower. So there's the research wing where a lot of, I would say, spoiler and also research kind of talk goes on. There's the battle station where we plan like different raiding, where we raid together, plan on playing video games together, you know, get a little looking for group sort of thing going on. Then there's the NERDVENGERS only part of the tower. You got to contact a mod to get in there. They'll be able to prove that, you know, you're on YouTube or whatever. You can link your YouTube account over there too. And that has places where, you know, we have the NERDVENGERS only. Then we've got the NERDVENGERS Prime. We've got the Diamond Lounge, which is a very exclusive club where we sip on drinks and puff on smokes and talk crap on everybody. And then nobody we just leave it alone and nobody talks about it. What happens in the Diamond Lounge stays in the Diamond Lounge. I can't really talk about it. Yeah, so that's kind of how you use it. Yeah, that's kind of how you use it. Scotty! Member for 17 months. My man, thank you for the support. Morbius will bite MCU blade. The 10 Rings beacon is a heartbeat of an awakening Fin Fang Foom. Matthew McConaughey as Reverse Flash or bust. Happily sweating for 17 months. Dude, that's awesome, man. First of all, definitely appreciate the support, my guy. And you've honestly been supporting just me as a content creator for even longer than that, so I really do appreciate the support. Look, Blade and Morbius together, that sounds perfect, man. That sounds absolutely perfect. I think the vampirism parts of Morbius and the horror elements from what we see are sick. So you guys know, I don't really like horror movies, right? I'm not really into scary movies, but I absolutely love vampire stuff. So vampire stuff has always been, I've been pretty keen on that. So I'm into that, just that base level. And like, dude, if you can actually get, because Leto is just an incredible actor. Like, the thing that excites me about, you know, not to get too far into the Moon Knight stuff, but the thing that excites me about the possibility of Blade being in Moon Knight really does have a lot to do with the caliber of actors. Like, I think Oscar Isaacs is an incredible actor. And I think Mahershala Ali is just so good. Like, so good. So I'm excited to see those two kind of act against each other. You know what I mean? I think that's going to be really, really fun. Yeah. By the way, guys, I should say, and Dag says with a 50, I'm pretty sure this is $50 million. I'm not sure what the currency is, but I'm pretty sure it's a million dollars in Norwegian funds. Says, Eternals releases tomorrow in Norway. Got tickets for my first time IMAX experience with shill recliners. Gonna be litty on a titty. My man, that sounds fun, dude. Hey, look, I'm excited to go check this thing out. I gotta go. I feel a little bad, but I still actually have to get my tickets. But it's gonna be fine. I don't think the theater's even close to selling out, especially at the early showing. So, but I'm excited. And I'm gonna give it to you guys straight. Okay, so it looks like somebody bought the other Bosk, which is awesome, and somebody bought the other Ahsoka, which is awesome. No love for the Iron Man figure? There's no love for Iron Man? No love for the Iron Man figure? What's the deal there, guys? What's going on? Nobody likes it? We'll keep it in the store. See if anybody wants it later. But yeah, Dag, that sounds dope. I got to get my tickets. I still gotta get my tickets. Yeah. Uh-oh. Stormy says with a $5 holla, says, watch out, Josh. You have me one step away from hulking out. And if that happens, I'm coming for the tower and for yo ass. 35,000 seems high for that? You think 30? Because that's what we did the Superman figure for. Are you saying that Black Suit Superman, the McFarlane toy, is better than... I mean, this thing looks nice. It does seem high. All right. I'm going to go down. I'll go down to 30 for now. And then if nobody picks it up in like a week, we'll take it back down. We'll go to 25. All right, I got it for 30,000 on there. You know what? I'm just going to put it to 25. You guys are manipulating the market. You guys are nerd coin manipulators. Fine. Now it's 25,000. Stormy's like, "'Cause I'm one step from coming on the edge. And I'm about to break." Like that Linkin Park song from back in the day. Look, don't bend the knee, Josh. I know it's... I already fucked up, Renee. I already fucked it up. Okay. Let's talk about Eternals a little bit. Am I delayed? Let me see. I can try to fix the... Am I delayed? It looks good on my end. Are you guys delayed on the live stream? By the way, you guys are doing great, man. Super cool amount of likes. Got some new members. Man, you guys are the best. Okay. Let's talk about Eternals a little bit. Just because we're a couple days away. I'm probably not going to do a video on it until it comes out, you know? I mean... I don't know. I'm pretty... I'll tell you what. Taking a literal dirt nap right now. Thanks, Josh. Oh, boy. Thank you, Elisa. Okay, here's what I think about Eternals. Like, it's been kind of hard to separate the story about the film from the film itself. Okay? And if I'm being honest with you guys, and like whoa, dude, Kendall, my man. Nice, brother. Nice. Okay. Let me see here. Yo, that better have gone through there. I own one edition. Let's see what mine is. I got a rare. Looks pretty dope. For a second, I thought it was an ultra rare, though. Whee! That looks pretty cool, though. That is pretty cool. It's one clip. It's not the whole movie. Bruh, I know it's one clip. I know. Yeah, let's go, dude. Good day for the boys, Kendall. Good day for the boys. Okay, so if you'll recall... Nice, dude. Nice, Daniel. That's what I'm talking about. Josh, can you confirm that you got the Iron Man? Let's check it out. It says one remaining on my thing still here, actually. Oh, no, but here it says you got it. Okay, so that's kind of interesting. So the Pirate Galactic got the Big Bosk. Joey Ebbs got the other Ahsoka. And yeah, it does say you got the Iron Man. So that's sick, man. Yeah, it says you got it. For some reason, it's like still showing up in the store. Let me see. It says one remaining, but there is definitely not one remaining. Did I accidentally... Here, I'm just going to remove that quantity, actually. And then, yeah, I saw that you got it, brother. So that's cool. That's cool. Far be it from me, guys, to get all like, I told you so. told you so. I told you so, guys. I told you so. You know? But, having said that. Oh, that's fair. Dude, what? Official Halo trailer just dropped? Says Chase. All right, screw all this. Hello? Hello? It says 2 hours ago, but... Where's it? What clip? We're talking about, man? New Halo trailer? I don't see it. Yeah, for sure, Kalisto. For sure. It's all good. It's all kind of a balancing act with all that, you know what I mean? Hang on. Halo. Are you talking about the archives of the unspoken? Because I'm not really about that. Just being real. Like, here, I'll scroll through it and see if it's... No thanks. Yeah, I mean, it's like, some of that stuff's fun, but it's literally just a dude sitting in a chair with some, you know what I mean? Like, I want to see the game. You know what I mean? Like, I want to see the game. I want to see some fun stuff like that. I felt like the trailer for the reveal of the campaign was actually really cool, dude. Like, I'm super hyped up. For Halo Infinite. I had mixed feelings when I played it. I'm hoping some of that stuff gets addressed because I still am really excited for it. But there is some stuff to be a little bit concerned about with it. You know what I mean? What? IGN? I'm going to check it out. There's a 23 hours ago Streets multiplayer reveal, which looks pretty sick. On their YouTube. Or are you talking about on their... Oh, yeah. That's what I was just talking about. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not going to watch that. I'm sure it's okay. I'm sure it's fun. But not really what I'm looking for. Yeah, it's the guy in the chair. That's cool. I want to see like the game and stuff like that, though. That's all good. Okay, so let's see here. KJ Studio says, rewatched Solo last night and don't see why you hate it. Sure, L3 is obnoxious, but as hell, but the movie's got so much world building and incredible acting. Okay, so let me talk about this. I'll tell you why I don't like it. And also, first of all, it's awesome that you like it. Solo is an interesting one to me because for me, I think one of the reasons it's so interesting is because I like really, really don't like it, right? But I can acknowledge that like when I look out into the Star Wars fandom, a lot of people like Solo. Like a lot of Star Wars fans. In fact, a lot of my friends that had problems with different Star Wars movies or whatever, they really like Solo. So that's kind of interesting, right? Because it kind of implies that I could be in the minority when it comes to an opinion on Solo. It's not divisive like The Last Jedi, right? I think a lot of people they like it. You know what I mean? But here, I'll tell you why I don't like it, and I really, really don't like it, right? So, but don't take that as me like trying to crap on it or whatever. I'm just trying to be real. From almost the get-go, the movie feels like a checklist, and there's just some really weird choices made in the beginning that I didn't love. To be honest, when he gets to the part where like they explain the Solo name, it was a really like throwing my hands in the air moment. It was really hard for me to get past that. But the one thing I did like was the crew, right? Like the crew he gets in with on that one planet. and how he gets involved with Woody Harrelson and Thandie Newton and all that. I thought that was really fun. But from there, the pacing of the thing is just so weird to me. Like, he meets this family that's like, it's all like, it's supposed to mean something. It's supposed to like really resonate and talk about family. And then Woody Harrelson is literally just like buries his wife and he's like on to the next job. Like, he's just all about that work. And so I didn't feel like there was an organic thing happening there. It was just the plot being pushed forward. He doesn't see Kira for so long. She knows who he is, but she's so cold. Like, that was just weird for me. I didn't really understand it. I felt like she should have been a little bit more emotional. Also, the movie, all the planets feel the same to me. They're all muddy, desaturated, with like low lighting. They all feel the same to me. And so the movie just kind of feels very checklisty to me. And so that's not what I was looking for. That wasn't the droid I was looking for. You know what I mean? L3 is annoying for sure, but that's not even on my list of reasons why the movie doesn't work. Like, Lando's just like ridiculous in that movie. You know what I mean? I don't really understand his character in the film. All of it's really weird. The Wookiees look ugly as hell at the end. Like, and then that being the Kessel Run, like, yeah. So for me, that's kind of why I didn't like it. But again, I feel like I'm probably in the minority there. I think a lot of people like Solo. You know what I mean? So let's call you Solo because you're. Oh yeah, let's call you Solo because you're an orphan. Hate the Finn part with all my soul. The rest of the movie isn't that bad, but that part literally nearly ruins the picture. Yeah, it was really hard. It was really hard for me to get past that. Is it because you went to film school? Yeah, probably. Because like it's and they've sort of come out and admitted that the reason all the planets look together and a big part of why the plot feels so checklisty and contrived is because Ron Howard came in and took everything that Lord and Miller shot and tried to make a movie out of it. They did reshoots and they pulled stuff together, but he was literally like taking all this crazy stuff they did and trying to fit it into his story. So they just desaturated all the planets so that they could actually have all the footage work together. It's like a classic film school trick where if you can't get the right color balance or it was totally different lighting when you shot a different sequence, one of the ways to help put that together is to desaturate it or even put it in black and white. You know what I mean? And then that's a way to get around those problems. Yeah. So for me, that's a tough one. Yeah, the low lighting was to hide the drastic differences in style of shooting between Lord and Miller and Ron Howard. Absolutely. Considering how the production went, it turned out pretty good. I think that's fair, but like, it's Star Wars, you know? Like, I don't want it to be pretty good. You know what I mean? Like, if you're really going to go back and fill in the story of Han Solo, who is an awesome character, like, for me as a Star Wars fan, like, I'm just expecting a little more than pretty good, you know? So, yeah. Dun, dun. Josh knows because he went to film school. I mean, I did go to film school. I'm not sure if you guys knew that about me, but I did go to film school. Josh doesn't have good relations with the Wookiees. Not those Wookiees, man. Those Wookiees look like they've been on, like, that, like, a weird drug. Like, they've been on that crocodile drug. I don't know if you guys remember, there was this weird crocodile drug that, like, went through Russia where, like, it would get you high, but you'd scab over and have, like, these horrible looking, like, scabs and shit all over you. Like, those some ugly looking. Yeah, dude, those Wookiees were, like, on the death sticks, like they kind of look like Planet of the Apes. Like, what was that, dude? Like, oh, God. Yeah. Solo, not good, in my opinion. But shout out, please. Says Michael Michar. Bro, I don't know how to pronounce. I don't know how to pronounce things. They look like Planet of the Apes type shit. Yeah, you said it. Dude, for sure they do though, right? Yeah. So there's a couple of reasons. But anyways, maybe we should finish out by just talking about Eternals a little. Talking about what I was going to say before. Am I excited for the new season of Apex? It seems cool. It seems fun. They got a new map, right? Is that new map out? Maybe we'll play that tomorrow. Have I watched the Lightyear trailer? I did watch the Lightyear trailer. It looked fun. Okay, let's talk a little bit about Eternals. Let's talk a little bit about it. So, I sort of called something like this happening, I think, a long time ago. I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, if you guys have been following the content, I'm pretty sure that I've made this point a couple of different times over the past couple of years, and whenever we would look at Eternal stuff, I was always like, I'm pretty interested to see how this actually plays out and goes down, right? Because it's a whole new group of heroes, okay? Nobody really knows who the Eternals are. I know many of you guys are like, that doesn't matter. Like, nobody knew who Iron Man was, at the start. I understand that. I don't agree with you. I think things change over time and the sensibilities of an audience change, right? So nobody really knows who the Eternals are. They clearly injected a lot of representation into the film. Your mileage may vary on that, but I don't think you can deny, regardless of how you feel about it, I don't think you can deny that can be a very hit or miss thing for major projects, right? On top of that, Chloe Zhao, like we were hearing very early on that she was really getting a lot of freedom, especially compared to a lot of other directors and people, over there at Marvel, that she was kind of getting carte blanche is really what it seemed like, right? So with all those sort of things just being mixed together, right? I always thought it was possible that the movie just didn't hit the way some of these other things hit. It could have been a Guardians of the Galaxy situation, which is very different tonally than a lot of stuff that was coming before in the MCU. And it lands in a certain way, and it really helps to open up the MCU and get us all really excited and interested. But if you think about it, a group of all new heroes, right? A group or a movie that looks very different. Okay, so you've got, it's a different kind of movie. It's different heroes. It's also a different time. And we're all talking about Spider-Man, MCU, Sony stuff, like the craziness of the multiverse, like Wanda, all this stuff is really like the hype thing. I just sort of always saw a recipe for this not landing with the fans. You know what I mean? But I did not see this happening with the critics. So this critical thing, honestly, is sort of surprising to me. I actually thought Marvel would have made a movie that the critics and all of the Hollywood people would love, but maybe the fans wouldn't love as much. That's kind of always what I thought was happening. And that just frankly definitely isn't what happened. And so I guess I'm interested, is this going to be a situation where the fans by and large love the movie and they embrace it in a like a really like kind of screw you critics kind of way, because that sort of happened in DC, right? where, Batman v Superman, I mean, it got destroyed. You know what I mean? Destroyed. And critically. But a lot of the fans loved it. And a lot of the DC fans really loved it. And it sort of became this thing of like, screw the critics. They don't know. We're going to back this thing up. And it made a pretty good amount of money, So the narrative of Eternals, man, it's taken a really interesting turn, Guys, it might be bad. That's possible. It's possible that it could be bad, dude. Like, what if it's just, like, literally bad? And, like, I'm not saying, like, everybody thinks it's bad. But, like, if 70% of us were like, yeah, that was pretty bad. You know what I mean? And, like, if the critics say it's bad, if a majority of fans say it's bad, I mean, you might find yourself in a situation, if you really like it, that you're in the minority. You know what I mean? Like, I love Thor: The Dark World. You know what I mean? Like, I do. I like it. You know what I mean? That would mean like a 30% audience score. True, I guess, yeah. I guess that's true. That would be pretty rough, yeah. So that's probably unlikely. Yeah. I don't know. It's just going to be really, really interesting to see how it all goes down. Like, it's like, on the one hand, I'm just excited to see how I feel about it. Again, I kind of think I'm going to love it. Like, I kind of think I'm going to love it, And then I'm going to be interested to see what you guys think. You know what I mean, to it. And I'm going to be interested to see what the wider conversation is. Like, a lot of this stuff is fascinating to me. Like, will Marvel completely throw Chloe Zhao under the bus? Do you know what I mean? Like, if this movie severely underperforms and a lot of fans are pretty vocal about not liking it, will they throw her under the bus? Because the current rumor is that Chloe got a lot of what she wanted in almost all parts of the film, and that at the end of the film, especially with the final cut, she got her way. You know what I mean? So. Dude, yeah, no, Jason, feel free to vent, man. But I'm just not there with you. I think people are mistaking, and this is really interesting to me. I think people are mistaking, like, a few buttholes are, like, here's the thing. If the usual suspects out there are saying, get woke, go broke, right? Like, if that kind of a crowd is taking aim at a movie that puts representation high on its list, that just seems like par for the course. That's not the story. You know what I mean? And I think that's a weird thing to get focused on, and it's a weird thing to conflate with what's really happening, and that's that a bunch of Hollywood journalists, who I think actually lean more probably closer to you, right? And they really think some of these dudes, man, they're like really flagrant with their left-leaning politics online. So the more interesting story to me is that despite some of the things it tries to accomplish politically, the people that would find that the most enjoyable are saying it's a bad movie. You know what I mean? Like, that's more interesting to me than getting hung up or getting upset about the usual suspects feeling the usual way about something that, it's just so predictable. Like, that's predictable. You know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah, we'll see, man. We'll just have to take it in ourselves. You know what I mean? Like, we'll definitely have to just kind of take it in for ourselves. But I just think to be upset, or I think rather to conflate like the usual frustrations of a certain group of people, which, yeah, it's totally predictable. And by the way, if it's predictable, you shouldn't really be that upset about it, right? To conflate that with people talking about the quality of the film in a just based off of the film itself, I think that's a mistake. You know what I mean? Now stop talking about Eternals till Friday. Hey, I'm done. By the way, guys, look, my plan here is, and we'll see what happens. But my plan is to have Paul from Heavy Spoilers on, and I think we're both gonna, maybe on Monday, we'll talk about Eternals, because he's seeing it on Friday. And so we'll talk about Eternals from like our perspective, but we'll also talk about how the film is performing, you know, what's going on with all of that. And my plan is like pretty much everybody will just hate Paul and myself after that. You know, I plan on ruining once and for all and absolutely eliminating Paul and I's careers as YouTubers in one fell swoop. You know what I mean? So that's the idea. We'll get them live. You know what I mean? You can bring it up in a positive light. Yeah, absolutely, man. I think I've been trying to, you know, bring it up in a positive light. Just don't bash it so much. Look, I don't know how I'm going to feel about it. It's impossible for me to predict how I will make content based around the movie because I have no idea how I'm going to feel about it. You know what I mean? So, yes. Trev says, and it's kind of an interesting point, he says, I think society is pushing back against issues like this now since the Chappelle special. It's a different direction now, and that's what critics are feeling. No, I mean, you know, I can kind of see like where you're saying that, and it's possible that the tide is shifting there. I mean, frankly, like one of the things I always said about Eternals was, you know, making diversity one of your main points. Well, that feels very 2019 to me. You know what I mean? Like if you, and that's not to say that the issue itself doesn't matter. I'm more talking about in terms of trends, right? Because this is not a channel about morality. This is a channel about nerdy shit and pop culture, right? So in my opinion, a lot of these studios are not doing this to try to make a big difference in the world. You know, spoiler alert, they're big corpo, you know, money foundations, right? So they're doing this because they think it'll be a money-making strategy, right? They're doing this because they think that's a trend that will get them traction, that will help bring people into the theater. You know, the idea of diversity is in and of itself an idea of making the media more mass appeal to a wider group of people. Duh! Isn't that the whole idea? Right? And to me, that feels like a trend that was more in vogue 2 years ago. And I feel like now things are a little bit sharper. People have a little bit of a sharper perspective on these things. Oftentimes they'll, you know, see it for what it is. And in some ways it does feel pandery. But that's not what I think's going on with Eternals. I mean, that could be one aspect of what's going on in Eternals. I think for me, the only thing I'm seeing here, dude, is it's almost like it has to be so not good. It has to be so not well put together that they're unable to like elevate the good parts of the movie or accept it as like a good thing. It could be a little bit of shift towards Disney as well. There could be like a political thing of like, oh, well, Disney is representing this bad thing in Hollywood, therefore we are a little less kind to Disney. That could absolutely be the case. But like what I'm seeing in these reviews, man, is like it could be you know, could be bad. Could be bad. You know what I mean? Could be. As a cinephile, I definitely think I'm going to love Eternals Breath of Fresh Air. I think that it has a lot of that fresh possibilities. It could be a really cool... Look, again, we don't know. We don't know, guys. You know what I mean? But, yeah, that's what we're talking about. Disney is very cool. Yeah, Kendall, I've seen that... I've seen that perspective as well. And I think, honestly, the thing I always try to say, and we always find our way back here, right, at the tense point between people's beliefs and observations, which really shouldn't be tense at all, right? But I would say that I think everybody, and unfortunately this doesn't really coincide with the reality of a lot of stuff that's going on right now, but I think it would be great if everybody was able to, without fear of recourse or cancelization or dogpiling or really like those questions, right? Like that, like, why do you say that? Why do you say that? And they're like ready to judge you. In some ways they already have. I think everybody should be able to have the conversation and be open-minded and try to learn from each other, because there is not to say that one has the monopoly of truth, but there is a difference between investigating what a corporation does for political signaling or social issues and listening to someone who belongs to an actual minority group and just trying to learn. You know what I mean? Like, there's a difference. Like, I think one of the best things we could do for each other is just actually talk, not judge. You know what I mean? Like, and look, you're a human being. You're going to judge. But the point is to try to reserve judgment and just listen to what other people have to say. And instead of presupposing that you have a category and you have several that you could fit this person into, why not just listen? Why not just be actually involved, right? I think that would be the sort of best way to go. But to take it all the way several steps back from that, what are we really talking about? We're talking about commercial product. You know what I mean? We're talking about comic book movies, right? And the big thing that brought most of us, if not all of us, to this channel, to the tower itself, is that North Star. It is that shared love of nerdy things. And so I would urge everyone to not take a single thing that a person says, especially a Nerdvenger, and try to hold that up as their proverbial report card. Like, let's remember, we're here because we love nerdy stuff, man. You know what I mean? Like, we're in a chat with our badges and getting dope nerd coin, having awesome experiences. We're about to go through so many watch parties together, man. Like, we've got Hawkeye together. We've got Book of Boba together. We got all this fun, man. And next year's going to be wild. We've got so much fun stuff planned for everybody. I totally understand that it is noisy outside and that there is a lot of conflicting information and we're expected to feel and even comment in certain ways. I totally understand it. But I would just, again, try to urge everybody that it sounds kind of weird, but this is a safe place. You know what I mean? Like, this is a safe place where we would hope that hold your judgment. You know what I mean? Try not to be offended. Try not to offend. You know, that's kind of the Nerdvenger code, right? Like, try not to be offended. You know what I mean? So, but also try not to offend. It's a tricky one, you know? Anyways, guys. Stormy, that's 100% your fault. Just want to let you know. 100% Stormy's fault that we got even got into this murky water. You ever walk into a sentence and you're like, how the fuck do I get out of this? Fucking holy shit. Fucking. You ever walk into a sentence and you're like, what the fuck? Chris says I'm offended. Yeah, man. I understand. I'm super offended myself, man. I'm actually excited for the movie. Me too, bro. I'm hella excited for the movie. Man, one of two things gonna... Oh, dude. Talk about the anticipation for that movie, bro. Like, dude, and again, I love this stuff. You know what I mean? Like, the anticipation that's created for the movie and for our reviews and all of our thoughts, we're all gonna get together in our tribe. You know what I mean? Our tribe, the tribe of the Nerdvengers. And we're going to talk about it. We're going to experience a story. Like, this is beautiful. We're going to go experience this story. And yes, there's a lot of complicated things going on, ancillary stuff, noise outside. But we're going to go experience this story Then we're going to come back to our tribe. And we're going to talk about it together, man. You know what I mean? It's going to be beautiful. It's going to be a beautiful thing. And if you'd like to continue this conversation, I urge you to go do it in the Nerd Tower. You know what I mean? Go check out the Discord. You guys can get into combos over there, DM, voice chats, or even just in a general chat or something like that. Yeah, it doesn't have to stop here when I hit end. You know what I mean? Like, this is life. This is your life. You're living this. You know? Engage with somebody. Anyway, enough of Mr. Rogers Josh. We're going to get out of here. Much love to you all. Much love. Oh, yes, and please check out the BBS. Go to thedenofnerds.com. Sign up. Get coin. Post awesome memes and cool content. Lambo win. Put on your cardigan? I might. It's a little chilly in here. You know what I mean? It's just a little chilly in here. All right, everybody. Much love. As I always say, I hope you're having an awesome and a nerdy day. And I'll see you, that's right, you, in the next video. Play that one again. Yeah, Chet. Is everybody gone? Did everybody leave? You know, we find ourselves sort of, I wouldn't say often, but continually, you know, arriving at, you know, the point that we arrived at the end of today's stream, right? And, you know, from my perspective, sometimes it can be a little bit frustrating, but, you know, the truth is, it's like, it's actually in moments like that where I feel like something like deeper is going on here. You know what I mean? And there's a zen sort of quality to it, because that's not what we're about. Like, that's not what we do. Like, that's not us. But it's almost like the lesson, or the thing that is taught without being taught. Right? Like, it's almost like the Tao. Like, if you try to teach the Tao, like, you cannot. You know what I mean? It's kind of cool. It's kind of zen. You know what I mean? I just kind of let it happen. You know what I mean? So much love, guys. Appreciate you. See some of you guys at 1. And see a lot of you guys in the other videos. We got some really fun videos. I'm telling you, I'm excited. I'm excited about the vids. I'm excited about the streams. Remember, tomorrow we're at 6 p.m. No, the Tao Fu. No stream in the morning. No stream in the morning. 6 p.m. See y'all then. Much love.